Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be adding the lines onto this. This drawing took me forever, and yeah, well, first we gotta erase it. So now that it's all erased, it is time to use the tiny linies in outlining. It's actually been like half an hour since I erased this, and that's because I'm terrible at managing time, or no, not managing time, terrible at realizing how much time I was spending on this. Or not on erasing. I was doing something else and got distracted. Oh shit, I just realized. Alright, I'm back. It hasn't been like 3 days. That makes me sound like I'm lying. It's only been a couple seconds. Alright. So if you do not know who this character is, this is Link. Specifically like the Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild Link, which is by far the best games, and you cannot change my mind. Alright. Now this drawing, I have a feeling that this is not going to be on the same level as the other drawings that I've done recently. But that is because I was sort of experimenting a little bit more with this drawing. But I don't know. I still think this drawing is going to end up looking really good. Because, well, the drawing beforehand looked really good and I really liked it. So I do think it's going to turn out well. But as well as the other ones, I'm not entirely sure. It could very much turn out that well. But I'm just not entirely sure. That's not exactly how I would have wanted that, but there's no undo button, so. And if you're wondering what's exactly different, the reference that I used for this is really just a bunch of sketchy lines and not a full, complete drawing. But I saw it and thought, wow, that would look really nice if it was a full drawing. So I'm trying to do that myself. But it might not look the same, but I'm still going to try. Also, I'm not entirely happy with how I did the eyes on this, but I also did the eyes multiple times, and I did them enough to where I no longer care. And the chest isn't exactly perfect, you know. That's not exactly what you would call picture perfect chest. But I'm just hoping the rest of it looks decent enough to where you just sort of don't notice the chest. Also, he has many scars across him because he is Link. And he's the hero of time or whatever. I don't know. He's got tons of scars. The reference only had some scars. I added more scars than the reference had because I think he has a lot more scars. Because that's cooler. I need to draw that area right there. So I need to draw this. First, let's draw his little freaking tiny weird cat mouth that I accidentally gave him, which I could have fixed now, but no. Alright. If you're wondering what this is, by the way, he always has his hair up. or not always, some of the styles don't put his hair up, but he can put his hair up and he has a hair tie, and that's the hair tie, and that's why his hand is behind his back, because he is grabbing his hair tie. This is definitely not necessary for me to do this specific thing at this moment, but I want to. Okay. What am I doing? Okay, drawing. Let's switch pens. Move. Thank you. You know, that might have sounded really annoying on the camera. But I don't care. That was not exactly perfect, but you know, he's cool. Alright. Definitely not perfect. But I still think this looks well. It looks good. Okay. I'm not exactly fully happy with how that ear looks either, but I'm a little too lazy to change that now. And I want the eyebrow to go over the entire sketch, along with the eyes, so I have a feeling I should do them now. But I'm gonna put off drawing the eyes, because I'm just not gonna draw that side yet. I'm gonna get the entire right side done first, and then we'll move on to the left side because it's a lot less, so it'll be more like better to finish up with. Alright. Right. Do that. We'll go ahead and get this area up in right now, even though we don't quite need to actually get that done. That looks like shit, but that's fine, because we can do this. Awesome. And we'll get that line ready. You know, I'm realizing right now, a lot of my favorite characters in, like, video games and animes are elves. I think I like elves. Because Link is one of my favorite characters, and I'm like 90% sure he's an elf. Or like favorite video game characters. Like design-wise. And like, then Frieren's my favorite. One of my favorite anime designed characters. And she's an elf. That's not perfect, but nothing we can do about that, really. We can shade it in a little bit, and then we can add some ear details. Alright. These ear details, definitely not the best ear details I've ever added, but they're not bad. We're going to go over them a couple more times just to get them a little more solid, because I did draw this with the small pen. There we go. Looks good. Looking swell. You know, I really hope banging these on my table don't damage these markers, because I do that a lot. I'm sure it damages them a little, but I hope it doesn't damage them too much. Coolio. Awesome. Awesome. We'll put this hair on the top, even though it's not in the sketch. Alright. Looking pretty swell, if I do say so myself. We're going to add this detail with the big boy, even though we probably shouldn't. We're going to. It's like sort of his. Is it your shoulder blades? I don't know, that those parts that stick out on your back. I don't know the names of none of this shit. I give everything like little names, or at least like little like weird names or something in my head instead of actually calling them by what they're named. These are just like the little back wings. That's what I call them. Alright. Now we're going to get the top, which we're going to line up a little bit better than it actually was in the sketch. Drawing on the edges, which ain't very nice. This is why I want to... I mean, this is the top, so I guess that don't matter. I was going to say, this is why I want to be able to write with my right hand, but this is the top, so it don't affect it too much. But I guess now I'm on the top and edge, so... That shit's terrible. Hold up. That did not even go in the right place. Alright. Looking swell. Looking swell-a-rooney. Alright. And that line right there. That line right there. Looks good. We gotta add the side of his face. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab the tiny liney, or the tiniest liney. And we'll go ahead and add his nose. Give it a little dot right there. Then we're gonna have to draw this eye. I just realized I haven't looked at the reference in a really long time. The eyes are pretty detailed in the reference. Actually, they're like more detailed than I actually drew them. But that's because I typically don't do incredibly detailed eyes. But we're going to add some detail to these eyes. There we go. Oh, that's a big-ass pupil. I think it's too big, but it don't look that bad on the... It don't look that bad on the... when you look a little bit farther away, it don't look that bad, so we're going to keep it, obviously. Alright, now we add the other eye. Alright. Awesome sauce. Alright, and then there we go, there's a good looking pupil. I don't really know why I did that. I just kind of wanted to see if I could draw a pupil without drawing the shine. I was going to draw the shine either way, I just wanted to. Alright, is that all? Obviously, I still have the scars and the hair details, but is that all the bigger parts? Because if so, I can actually close the medium liney. The medium tiny liney. And I don't think we're going to need the big tiny liney, which I have yet to actually use. Well, now I'm a liar. I've yet to actually use that tiny liney. Alright, the hairlines never did turn out perfect when I was sketching them. But if I add just kind of a lot, then it gets too much to focus on if they're actually good or not. But if you add too many, then it looks like too many. So you kind of need to find a little bit of a balance when you don't entirely know what you're doing. Because I don't entirely know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing enough to do it, but not enough to say that I know what I'm doing. I'm going to add all these smaller scars right here. And the scuff lines. And I'm bending the page over here. I added those scars already, alright. Add the smaller ones, because I know I can add the smaller ones with this. And we might switch to the other pen for these bigger ones. Alright. There we go. There we go. We're going to want double that part up. Make it look a little like bigger and less like it was an intended cut, you know? There. Because you can't make these look too like good, because then they'll look intentional. You don't want them to look intentional. Alright, what am I doing? Alright. Oh yeah, I want to say this in a video so that I end up actually having to do it now. I was challenged by someone in the Discord to make like a one-shot manga thing this weekend, so I'm going to try to do that this weekend. Try to make a one-shot. Having absolutely zero experience ever trying to make manga or any of that. No idea how to do it. And the first day of the weekend is already pretty much burned through. I'm going to try to do it. I've got a basis premise for what it's going to be about, but I've never drawn a manga, and I don't know how to do backgrounds like at all. But now that I've said it in the video, now I have to make sure that I actually at least get something done in it. Because I have to post part of it. If I finish the whole thing, I post the whole thing. I will not likely finish the whole thing. If being completely honest, I probably won't get very far past the planning it out phase, but I'm going to try to do my best, and I'll post whatever results I get on it. Alright, now we just need to add the shadows. Right. Perfection. Looking good. And we can't forget about this little area either, except for this area. It's going to be even darker. Alright. Is that all? Is that all we want to do? Is that all we want to shade? Alright. Just shading some parts near the hair, where it might be a little bit darker. You can't really see it on the camera very well, but when I take a closer up picture and put it at the end, you'll be able to see it probably. I should darken the eyebrows. Alright. There we go. I can darken his headband, which I don't really need to. I just kind of want to darken it a little bit. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I should probably connect his neck, which I never did for some reason. But yeah, that's gonna do it. It's definitely not purpose. Oh, wait. I'm gonna need a bigger one for this. This is the right size, right? Yep. That's why I like to have those stacked up. Alright. I definitely should have made this more angled. I always start with like the smaller area. I should start with the bigger area. Alright. There's the little shaded part on his back that does stick out a little bit. But it's fine. That looks good. Yeah. See you next time.